What is up, everyone? It's the Golden Centurion here, back at it again for another video. So today, guys, I am bringing you Week 1 of the United Battlers Association. So my Week 1 matchup is versus my good friend Gregulator, aka Base Termos. So we've been friends for a while. He actually got me into CPCD League, and we've just talked a lot on Discord. So he was also the co-commissioner of this, so Week 1's kind of a battle of like the commissioners, which I think is pretty cool. So he has a pretty threatening team. The mons he decided to bring were Como, Roserade, Gliscor, Rotom Wash. Um, we have Jirachi, and we have Swellow. So right away when I look at his team, I notice that Swellow can put in a lot of work against me. As Boomburst in general, I don't have the best switch-ins for, except for Metagross. So right away I know I have to have a way to check Swellow. Alright, so the team that I brought Jet, my Tornadus Farron. It's rocking out with Grassy MZ. It has 248 special attack, 168 speed, 92 HP. It's timid. It's rocking out with Hurricane, Grass Knot, Heat Wave, and Hidden Power Steel. So I have Hidden Power Steel because he has a Mega Dynasty, which he did not bring. I have Heat Wave for things such as Roserade and Jirachi. Grassy MZ has a really good chance to OHKO a Rotom Wash, unless he's really bulky, so that's going to be nice. And Hurricane, if you just look at it, Hurricane bops his team once Jirachi as well as Rotom Wash goes down. So next up we have my Tomahawk, my Silvally Ground. It's 248 HP, 128 attack, 52 special attack, 40 special defense, and 40 speed. So I ran a little bit of speed investment, just in case his Gliscor was a slower version. So I have multi-attack ground, Ice Beam, Grass Pledge, and Parting Shot. So the reason why I'm ground is it allowed me to hit both his Jirachi and his Mega Diancie very well. And then I have Ice Beam for his Como and his Gliscor, and Roserade and Grass Knot for Grass Pledge for his Rotom Wash. So my Silvally can actually hit the entirety of his team, which is a really cool mon. It's always nice to have something like that. So my third mon, I brought Mount St. Helen, aka my Volcanion with a Charty Berry, with 236 HP, 240 special attack, 32 speed, modest. So I have Steam Eruption, Fire Blast, Sludge Wave, and HP Ice. Not sure why I'm HP Ice, to be honest, now that I'm thinking about it. But, so Fire Blast for the Jirachi, Steam Eruption for the Mega Diancie, and Gliscor, which he didn't bring. HP Ice is so I can at least touch the Como. I don't have to touch it resistedly. And overall, it does decently. I brought a Charty Berry expecting the Mega Diancie to really come. However, he didn't even bring it. That's probably due to this next mon. One of the main backbones of this team, Prime Metagross with leftovers. So I have 184 HP, 80 attack, 92 special defense, and 152 special defense. So this allows me to take on Choice Specs, Heat Waves. I can take Boom Burst pretty well. I'm Adamant Nature with Earthquake, Ice Punch, Toxic, and Bullet Punch. So Bullet Punch right away from Mega Diancie. Earthquake with my attack spread can two-shot a non-invested, I believe, Jirachi. Ice Punch is really nice versus Swellow, Gliscor, Roserade, and Como. With my attack investment, Ice Punch plus Bullet Punch gives me a shot to knock out some versions of Gliscor. And Toxic's nice for things like Rotom Wash that are a pretty big threat. So next we have Venice, my Florges, rocking out with... Whoa. You know, that makes a lot of sense. So I actually messed up on my EV calculations, and my Venice only has 24 HP instead of 240. So when it doesn't take hits that well, now I know why. So that was a real big mess up on my half. I have 68 special attack and 184 special defense. So this thing was supposed to be another specially defensive wall for things like Swellow and Rotom Wash. However, due to my mess up in EVing, it will not be able to live as many hits as it should. And finally, we have my Orochimaru, my superior with Meadow Plate. Um, it has max special attack and basically max speed, timid nature, Leaf Storm, Dragon Pulse, HP Fire, and Leech Seed. So, HP Fire was for his Jirachi as well as his Roserade. Leaf Storm can hit things such as Rotom Wash. I can touch Gliscor, and I can touch Mega Diancie. And I also have Dragon Pulse for his Como. And Leech Seed, just a good move to get recovery back. I just realized right now if I didn't talk about my Venus's moves, I'm rocking Psychic, Giga Drain, Wish, and Defog. So Venus, in Generation 7 Ultra Sun and Moon, it got access to Defog. So that's a really nice way for me to just keep hazards off the field. And it's nice to Wish Pass into things like my Metagross and my Tomahawk. Alright, so the plan behind my game, or my game plan, is Metagross is a key wall here, as it can take on hits from his Como-O, it can take on hits from his Jirachi, and it can take hits from his Swellow. So I have to do my best to preserve its health. My Tornadus Staring goes in really well against this team the second Rotom Wash is gone. So my game plan is really to whittle down Rotom Wash, and then to try and sweep with Tornadus. So I'm going to be doing my best to keep Tornadus healthy for late game, and hopefully try and roll down that Rotom Wash, at least to the point where Grassium Z one-shots it. Because I will need a bit of chip against it. Alright, so looking at the matchup, I decided to lead with my Metagross, as if you wanted to lead with Jirachi, I could handle that. If you wanted to lead with Gliscor, I could Ice Punch it. Como-O, I could handle. Basically, it was good against the entirety of his mons, to be honest. So that's exactly what we do, as he goes ahead and leads with his Rotom Wash. So right away, I'm thinking, alright, let me just get a little bit of chip on this thing, and I'll put it right away in range of my Tornadus Fairy. So the best way I have to chip it, as you guys saw with my Ice Punch and Earthquake, is to go straight for a Toxic. And I really doubt he's going to switch into his Roserade or Jirachi here. He might, and if he does, well play to him, but I can hit both of those mons. So I go ahead and think Toxic. So he goes for Hydro Pump, and he chips down my Mega Metagross, and I Toxic him. So what this exchange tells me is that he knows Metagross is my best response to Swellow. So he's trying to wear this down as fast as he can. However, I've Toxic'd his Rotom Wash, which is crucial for the rest of my team. So on this turn, I believe I make a prediction on him to Volt Switch out, which he does, and go into his Gliscor, which he does. So I go for Ice Punch, expecting that exact play to happen. And I get a crit on him, which is really unfortunate for him, as, well, Gliscor, he sent me his set after the match, and Ice Punch plus Bullet Punch was a roll to kill him. It was about a 40% chance, I believe, so while Rocks may have been up, because he told me that's what he wanted to do with Gliscor, it would have came down to a roll, so while the crit mattered, it wasn't huge. Also, if he got up Rocks, that just meant I had to go forward just a little bit earlier. So, I am very sorry about the crit, however, it didn't have the biggest impact. So now, I get a little bit of health back. He goes into his Jirachi. So, right away, my response to Jirachi is my Tomahawk, as he reveals Calm Mind. So, this gives me a lot of intel on his Jirachi set. He's a Calm Mind Jirachi, which means even though he's Calm Mind, I should still be able to break him with my Tomahawk, as I have enough attack investment. So he goes for Psychic, and I can Munch that. So that Psychic damage revealed to me that he wasn't, or that I believe he was max special attack, but not a boosting item. And sadly, I get the special defense drop, which is really, really unfortunate, as I'll explain why here. So my multi-attack, he eats his Chocoberry, and Psychic then is able to drop me. What would have been able to happen is I would have been able to live another Psychic and get off a multi-attack if I wanted to. However, or I could have switched out. But since I was dropping again due to that attack stat, he basically had a free setup turn if he wanted to, knowing I was going to switch out. So I had to stay in and sack my Silvally. And as I mentioned, Silvally had coverage for the entirety of his team. I had Grass Pledge, Ice Beam for Roserade, Como-O, and Swellow, and Multi-Attack for this thing. Um, so it was really unfortunate that Savali had to drop 2 to an early Hacks, but it is what it is. So I go into Mount St. Helen. I know I can take a Psychic and kill him with Fire Blast. So that's exactly what happens. He goes into Swellow, and here, while I could have preserved this thing, it didn't make the most sense to, as Rotom Wash kills it and outspeeds. Como-O will definitely kill and outspeed, and Roserade will kill and outspeed. So I know here I'm sacking it, however, I will get valuable intel on what set he is. So he reveals to be the Boom Burst set, which is a set I was expecting. A possible set could have been a Facade set, but I really wasn't expecting that. So now he goes into his Rotom Wash as I go Metagross. So I go for Ice Punch, and this turn, what I'm actually gaining here is I'm gaining a little bit of Lefty's health back on every single turn that my Prime is in. So that's actually really crucial for the rest of this match. As you guys will see, health on Prime is really necessary, as it's my best response to Swellow. If it's healthy, I can take on his Como-O, and it does pretty good against his Roserade. So right now I have a main thing just standing in the way of my Tornado Sphere and sweeping is this Rotom Wash. So I go straight into my Orochimaru, who can take this Hydro Pump with ease, and I believe this turn I go ahead and set up a Substitute. No, I just straight up go for big damage and HP Fire. So I get a crit, but as you guys will see in a little bit, that crit didn't matter, as I switch out, I go into my Florges. He goes for Spikes. So I can hit him with Psychic here. However, he puts me asleep. And the crit didn't matter, as you guys will see, Black Sludge, he basically gets to full health. So I wake up turn 1, throw up a Wish. He puts me to sleep again. I'm asleep, and he's almost back to full health. He goes for Sludge Bomb and crits me. So I wake up, I defog the Spikes away at least, which is very crucial for my team. And as you guys can see, he's back at full health. So, I actually checked, and I did have 240, it's just, it messed up while copying and pasting. So what would have happened is, I would have been able to live that Sludge Bomb and throw up a Wish if I wanted to, or go for a Psychic and put this thing in a decently low amount of health. But, however, instead, he's going to go back to basically full health, so that's why the crit didn't matter. However, I could just go into Jet here and pressure him with a Hurricane, as nothing on his team really wants to take a Hurricane. Rotom Wash is getting to the point where it can't because of a Toxic and Ice Punch damage. So I go into my Jet, fire off a Hurricane, and right away bop his Roserade. So he goes into Rotom Wash, and he doubles out. He makes a great double there. I don't know if he was scouting for the Grassy MZ or if he just expected me to go hard into Orochimaru, or my superior. However, he catches me here as I go for a Bloom Doom. However, this Bloom Doom wasn't the worst case scenario, him going into Swellow, because that damage on Swellow is actually really good. So I can one-shot Swellow with a Hurricane 100% of the time. However, I needed Swellow to be at 53 HP, or 53%, my bad, in order for me to kill with Heat Waves. So this Swellow is now at 48, which means I can kill him with Heat Wave later in the game. I don't have to risk a Hurricane miss. So while that series of events was unfortunate, it wasn't the biggest deal, as his Swellow is now in range of a Heat Wave. So I switch out, as I did not want to risk him being like a Choice Scarf set or anything, and Orochimaru wasn't really doing much left in the match. So right away my Orochimaru drops, and I go back out into Prime. So he goes into his Rotom Wash, and this exchange is... Alright. So, best case scenario for me here is I die to this Rotom Wash. I want to die to this Rotom Wash, that way, if he is a Dragon Dance Como-O, he doesn't have a chance to set up. And as long as he doesn't have a chance to set up, I can kill with a Tornadus Theron Hurricane. So, my main goal is just to get Rotom Wash in range of a... probably a Grass Knot, which is doing about 16%, or to have it die to Toxic after Prime goes down. So that's what I hope to happen here. So he goes for Hydro Pump and misses, which, as I mentioned, that actually hurts me, not him, which is kind of weird, as he would rather Prime be in here if he's a Dragon Dancing Como. So I'm whittling him down with Toxics. He goes for Pain Split, which I'm just thinking yes, but please land Hydros. As you guys can see here, due to Toxic damage, he's getting super low. So he lands a Hydro Pump and puts me in range of another one. However, Toxic damage is going to put him at 6. And I Bullet Punch here because... So why did I Bullet Punch here? Is I was at a decent enough amount of health to where... Or I was going to be low enough... Wait, why did I Bullet Punch here? So, the reason why I Bullet Punched here and took out his Rotom Wash is that if I didn't set it, kill it, I wasn't too sure that my Tornadus Fearin could take on the Swellow, as it was a couple damage rolls, and I was hoping he might go into Swellow and just like go for Heat Wave and then sack Como. But he goes into Como here, and he goes for Earthquake and just one-shots me right away. So, thankfully, he wasn't a Dragon Dancing set, or at least he didn't go for Dragon Dance. Maybe he thought Zen Headbutt would do too much into Bullet Punch. So now I go into my Tornadus Siren, and it's Jet versus the World here. So, I land my Hurricane, as down goes his Como, and now he goes into Swellow. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, hold up, let me go back a turn. Alright. So, here's his Como. I kill it with my Hurricane, and now he goes into Swellow. So, his Swellow, I've confirmed it to be Choice Specs Boom Burst. However, due to my speed creeping, I have 92 HP investment. So that 92 HP investment, and I took out a little bit out of special attack, guarantees me the fact that I can live a Choice Specs Boom Burst. Like, I live it 100% of the time. And because of that Bloom Doom damage, I can kill this thing with a Heat Wave. I don't have to risk a Hurricane miss. So that's my plan. He goes straight for Boom Burst. I live it as I should, and I miss a Heat Wave. So guys, unfortunate as it is, I lose week 1, 1-0 to my good friend Gregulator. Guess luck had it that I'd miss a Heat Wave. I really don't think I misplayed anywhere in this match. Like, you can say that, why didn't you just go Tornadus Theron after I Bloom Doom the Swellow and just stay in then? I didn't think it was worth it, and it was safer if I'd sack off the Superior. As I knew that once Superior went down, I won this game. This game was basically mine. All I just had to do was land a couple Hurricanes and a Heat Wave. However, the roll of the dice said that 95% move's going to miss. And it happens in Pokemon. It's the game we play. So, big congratulations to my good friend Gregulator. He played well. He had some really cool sets on him. The Swellow set I knew was going to be a problem. And it came in 1 today. So, this was my week 1 battle, guys. We're starting off 0-1, -1 differential. Hopefully, though, next week, week 2, against my really good friend, the Flying Bird. He's probably been the longest friend, my best friend in the format for the longest time. Hopefully we can bounce back versus him and pick up our first LB of the season. Alright guys, so I will catch you all later. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.